Episode 4 already. Hello, this is Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. Like I said, it is episode 4. It is the Premier League preview episode. Looking forward to the games over the bank holiday weekend.
Yeah!
It's going to be very good. I'm Miles, this is Jimmy, doing this brand new YouTube channel. It's still brand new, it's only 4 episodes in, looking at the Premier League all the way through the season. We'll look at the England team as well, actually, we decided. Before we get into the games this weekend, there was a game Monday night. We filmed on Monday, but we were filming just before the game kicked off. Manchester United travelled to Molineux to take on Wolves. It's like I'm throwing to a highlights package. I'm not.
Yeah.
They went to Molineux to play Wolves. It ended 1-1. Martial gave Man United the lead before an absolute screamer from Ruben Neves. What a goal.
Oh, it was a beaut. The way it just hit the crossbar and win it.
I'd be so happy.
Goals always look better when they hit the bar.
It's one of those ones that first touch wouldn't have been good enough for us. But then you'd pass it.
Yeah.
I'd pass the right back.
Yeah.
Whip it in, mate. It was a wonderful goal. But then after the goal, there was some controversy, some penalty controversy, because Man United were awarded a penalty. Rashford scored last weekend with a penalty. I think he should have taken it again. Pogba took it off him, missed again. Pogba's missed a lot of penalties.
Yeah, I said in the pub to you when we were sat there, I was like, Pogba's going to take it. Mm-hmm. He's won it, he's going to take it. And the second he stepped up, I was like, he's going to miss. He's going to miss.
Yeah, and people have come out, like Solskjaer's come out and said they're both penalty takers. Pogba decided to take it. Rashford said Pogba wanted it. I disagree with that.
Yeah.
You should have one. You have a penalty taker and you have a reserve penalty taker. When they're both off the pitch, then the manager shouts who he wants to take the penalty.
Yeah, manager should be in charge of that. Don't just go, oh, we've got two, one of them will take it.
No, I'm not having that.
No, agreed. And to be fair, he's getting a lot of stick, but people miss penalties.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Some stick he's getting is completely unacceptable. There's been a lot of racist abuse, which I don't like.
We completely condone.
Yeah, which is awful. But at the same time, I was happy to see him miss it. Because
I was delighted as well.
So I don't like Paul Pogba.
No.
I don't like him because I think he's got a bad attitude, and I think that he thinks he's bigger than the club. And I thought that Rashford's the penalty taker, and this showed that.
Yeah,
I think they're covering it up.
Was it Dan James had a cheeky word in his ear afterwards? Well, kind of in the build-up to it. You did wonder what he was actually saying. So, I really don't like Pogba.
I liked that from Daniel James though. That he seemed like what's going on here. He's young, he's hungry, but he respects the rules, and he doesn't want. He's come from the lower leagues. He's not come from this sort of egocentric, ego-driven squad, and he's not having a bar of it. Stay the same, Daniel James, please. Overall, I think this shows where Man United are at. I think the 4-0 win at Chelsea, we said, showed that neither club are still going to hit that top 4 this season.
No, they're both kind of just in slight transition at the moment, aren't they? So, it was a bit of a,
It's a false dawn for Man United. And the Chelsea draw against Leicester showed that as well. But I thought that Wolves looked good. I thought Adama Traore is always funny to watch because he's so quick and he's so strong, but he's crap.
You absolutely slated him on Monday night. It's quite funny.
But like the thing is, he's so fast and he's so strong and he's so hard to get the ball off unless he tries to pass it.
There's a point where he just flew down the line and we were like, oh, this looks great. He's going to do something great here. Did nothing.
That's what he's like though. He's just, I can't believe he's come through the major and his like actual ball skill is so poor. He never looks like he's completely in control.
He's just stacked and fast. That's all he is.
Very fast.
And he's the perfect impact sub as well.
Exciting.
Yes.
He's exciting.
He's
but it just
unpredictably
never
exciting.
works.
Yes.
Like as an opposing team, you'll get nervous and then you'll realise it's him and go, okay. At least we're getting to watch someone run very fast.
Yeah, I'll give him 5 yards.
So overall, pretty disappointing day for Man United fans.
I think it was a fair result though, to be honest.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I thought that if anything, the last half an hour of the game was quite exciting. I thought both teams were having a go, and I don't mind that. It has, however, knocked both of us back some money in our little betting game.
Oh God! If we were putting this on properly, I'd be so poor.
Oh well, you'd be £10 down over the weekend.
I am £10 down. Yes, already.
Which, to be fair, if you could do one £10 bet,
isn't bad to be honest. For 10 games,
I am £42.50 up.
You still won't buy a beer.
No, right. Well, I'm not actually. But this is hypothetical. I'm not actually bet the money. Okay, looking forward to this weekend's Premier League games. Of course, everyone is in action over the long weekend. On Saturday, kicking off. Friday night. Sorry,
come on.
Friday night, kicking off the Premier League weekend action. 8:00 kick-off. Aston Villa versus Everton. On Saturday, the early kick-off at 12:30 is Norwich against Chelsea. At 3:00, Brighton Southampton. Man United versus Palace. Sheffield United, Leicester, Watford versus West Ham. Going into the evening game, the biggest game of the weekend, 5:30 kickoff at Anfield, Liverpool against Arsenal. And going to Sunday's games, 2 o'clock, Bournemouth versus City, 4:30, Tottenham versus Newcastle, and Wolves against Burnley. A lot to get through over the episode today, especially having to look back at a game as well.
Yes.
We'll start Friday night.
On.
Yeah, just get straight into it. Friday night, 8 o'clock. Tomorrow night is Aston Villa versus Everton at Villa Park. Very big game for Aston Villa and also Everton, actually, to an extent.
Agreed. I'm actually quite looking forward to the game. I think they're two good sides. I think Villa really need to win this game. The last home game was a little bit of a back reality check in the first 10 minutes. And they need to get off to a better start, cut out the mistakes, and get the crowd behind them.
I'm not sure Villa have got enough.
No, well, that's the thing. Everton are a really good side, and I do think they'll come through it. But I'd like to believe that Villa will probably
give them a game.
Yeah, give a better account of themselves this week.
I'd like to see a really good performance from Jack Grealish.
Yes, he's got to start stepping up. The first 2 games he hasn't really done a lot, has he?
No.
He's captain of that club. You want him to take games by the scruff of the neck and kind of just
for it.
Yeah, give it a good go.
Everton will be hoping for a win. I expect them to win. I think they've got enough. They did spurn some chances last week.
Yeah, Moise Kean. Yeah,
I'd start him.
Yeah, so would I. Calvert-Lewin's had enough now.
Yeah, I think everyone's had enough of Calvert-Lewin, apart from Calvert-Lewin's family, because he runs and he works hard, but he's just not a very good striker.
Not going to score goals.
He's almost like a busy winger, isn't he?
Yeah,
that
agreed.
Sort of plays up front. He's never going to be at the right level.
Yes, and will Wesley stay on his feet this week? Who knows?
Don't like him.
And we've got Jerry Mina right behind you. You might be struggling slightly.
That's going to be a battle.
I
think one of those two might get sent off.
Oh, really?
I could see Wesley, based on what I've seen of him so far, being one of the first players to get a sin bin for dissent.
Is this a thing, or are you just making this up?
No. This is the new rule. So if you dissent the referee, you get a sin bin, 10-minute sin bin. So. And if the great rule is with the goalkeepers. If a goalkeeper gets a sin bin, after 10 minutes he has to enter the game out pitch until
run back.
Because you can't sub a goalkeeper in. So someone from the outfield has to go in goal. Right. He has to enter out and play out pitch until the ball goes out of play.
Right, that could be interesting.
Brilliant. But I think that Wesley's the type of player, because when I saw him against Spurs, he goes down way too easy and he gets straight in the ref's face.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get anything against Spurs, because he was in the referee's face every time he went down.
Yeah.
And there was nothing there on pretty much every single occasion, as we saw. So,
yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yes.
I think Everton will have far too much.
Yes.
I think that I just think that they look too good for. I know Tyrone Mings is playing well at the moment, ish.
Yeah, obviously it's a new back 4 really, or back 2, and obviously they're going to take a bit of time to get to know each other. But yeah, I'm a bit concerned.
Bernard, Ken, Richarlison, Sigurdsson, I think it's too much.
Yeah.
What's your score prediction?
I'm going for a slim Everton win, 2-1.
2-1. I'm going to go 3-1 Everton. I think they'll. I just think that they're going to.
Ken hat-trick?
Yeah, maybe. Ken with 2, Bernard with 1. They can all go and have a cup of tea and a biscuit afterwards. At 12:30 on Saturday at Carrow Road, Norwich against Chelsea. Now this is a massive, massive game for Frank Lampard. Third Premier League game.
Yes.
Away at Norwich. He simply has to win this one.
Yeah, we sat here on last Thursday and said he had to win the Leicester game, had to get a result. They were very, very fortunate to get a point. And Norwich are sky high in terms of, just sky high. I think they're going to be pretty decent. I think they'll give them a really good game.
What's your bets on Pookie scoring again?
I think he will.
You think he will after saying he wouldn't score goals in the Premier League?
Yeah, I like the look of Norwich. I think they're a really good side and they're full of confidence. And Chelsea need to win a game.
They really need to win.
Yeah, crowd will be up, and if they don't start particularly well, especially sort of Abraham or Giroud aren't firing, could be a long day. The
one thing that the Chelsea strikers will be looking to target is our favourite player in the Premier League, Grant Hanley.
He's made a cracking start so far.
Oh God, he's just a mess, isn't he?
He's captain, incredible.
I know,
incredible.
He's probably a good leader. Doesn't mean he's any good at football.
Yeah.
But, who do you start? Do you stick with Giroud? Do you go Abraham? When Batshuayi's back, do you go Batshuayi there? I'd be tempted to give Batshuayi a run. I think he's a bit of an all-rounded striker.
I'm not sure if he's fit, but
no.
I would start with Giroud again. Bring players into play. do the right thing.
Pulisic on one side.
Yeah.
Pedro
the other. Mount in the hole. Played really well in the last game.
Still think he's more of he's better off in the further back.
Do you think he's better? Who would you take?
I think he would be. That's the thing. Who do you take? I'm not sure. I think that Barkley's a better number 10 at this point than Mason Mount.
Yeah. I think he's going to start Mount though, isn't he?
Oh, he will. He likes Mount. Mount's like his little project, I think, at the moment. This is him. All the Chelsea fans wanted
Lampard.
Yeah, all wanted the youth teams to come through, and he's sort of played one.
Yeah.
Hudson-Odoi is back in training though.
Oh, that's
He's
good.
been training with the squad. It's been all over social media.
Good.
Very excited about that for England especially. I like him. I think he's a very good player.
Agreed.
Chelsea have to win, and I tell you what, I think the Norwich are going to give a good account of themselves. I think they'll play some nice football, but I just think that this one might be a step too far.
Do you?
Yeah, I think that the way they played against Liverpool, against better players, they still played expansively.
I like the way they're going to work out from the back. Might go against them slightly.
I think Chelsea got the players to unpick that.
Yeah.
So, I actually think that this might be a bit of a crashing back to earth for Norwich.
Do you think they're going to get stuffed, do you?
Not stuffed, I just think like a 3-0.
That's a bit of a hammering, mate.
It's not that much. They lost 4-1 on the opening day and looked very good second half of the game.
Yeah.
They were very good against Villa, and I just think that this game, Chelsea are gonna. They absolutely need to win. And if they don't, then you're thinking, geez, where really are Chelsea?
I will be on Twitter saying Lampard out. So yes,
God. They were after the pre-season friendly.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a draw. And I think pressure is going to really be heaped on Lampard.
I feel sorry because I want him to succeed.
Yeah, so do I. I just think that Norwich might nick a goal if sort of Chelsea are hanging on 1-0 with 10 minutes to go.
Okay, I'm going to go 3-0 away win. What are you going to go?
1-0.
1-0.
Yes.
Alrighty. Into the 3 o'clock kickoff. None of the ones that are on telly, so we just have to watch Gillette Soccer Saturday. Yes. Brighton host Southampton in a sort of South Coast derby of sorts.
Yes.
This is an interesting one to call because a few weeks ago, I would have been very torn and slightly going towards an away win.
Yeah, I know.
Right now, I think Brighton look far better.
Yeah, I think by the end of the season, they'll be very, very similar in terms of where they are in the league. But right now, Brighton play better football.
But will they, though? Because are Brighton not just going to keep improving under Graham Potter?
I'm not sure. It's a good start so far.
Yeah.
But I think Southampton are going to nick it at the weekend. I think they're going to turn up.
Their first win.
Yeah, they need a result.
Well, the thing is, for me,
they didn't play that poorly last
They
week.
played well against a tired Liverpool side.
Yes.
I think that Brighton's defence is very strong.
Yes.
And I just struggle to see where Southampton might be able to break them down.
Yeah, if it's going to come from anywhere, it's going to come from sort of Redmond out wide or...
Che Adams is
Che Adams is nuts.
Danny Ings has to start.
Yeah, Danny Ings made a difference. Should have scored in that last game. Should have scored.
Well, he did.
But he should have
scored
again.
again.
Yeah, should have. Yeah. I'm just expecting to see more from Southampton. I don't think they're a bad side. And it's one of those where Brighton are on such a good run, might think, you know what, we should be winning this. Don't turn up.
I can see Glenn Murray putting some pressure on because Southampton are weak at the back.
Yes. Who is it? Vestergaard. Terrible.
Stevens, is it? Is it Stevens?
Sure.
Jack Stevens and
Yoshida.
Yoshida out-jumped Van Dijk. That's my moment of the season.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
Like a salmon.
I can't believe people aren't talking about that more. But I'm actually going to go a home win, but it's going to be close. I think it'll be 1-0.
I'm going 2-1 away.
2-1 away?
Yes, Che Adams to score. I need to get some money here this week, mate, so I'm going for really weird results.
If we were just going result,
yes,
we'd be making money this week. One of us would. But because we're going to a perfect score, it's anyone's game.
Very difficult.
Very difficult. That's why I'm so happy. £42.50. Only got 2 right. Man United against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. Again, I know it's so early in the season, but there's a lot of these are feeling like big games, must-wins already. For Man United, I think they drew... You know, a win and a draw isn't the worst start to Premier League.
It's not a bad start at all, no.
Especially drawing away at Molineux, which
teams
will be a good side.
Teams will come unstuck there, definitely.
That's the type of place that Man City could go and slip up.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that Palace are poor.
Palace, at the moment, I think are the worst team in the league, apart from Newcastle.
Yeah, I've always said that Zaha isn't worth 80 mil because I just don't think he's good when players sit off him. I think he's great in a counter-attacking team. I don't think he's ever going to be great in a team higher than mid-table.
No. Looking at it now, I would have sold him in the summer and reinvested big time.
50 mil, I would have taken 50.
Yeah,
I think that Wan-Bissaka's got more of an upside. That's why he should cost more.
50, 60, 70. You could have bought 4 or 5 players for that, and that would have improved the side
Massively.
generally. You've got a decent striker, maybe someone kind of a little bit more creative in midfield. It would have made a massive difference. And at the moment, they're just the same team from last year, and they're going to be relying on Zaha, who so far
they're even worse than last year because they've not got Batshuayi, who was vital.
Batshuayi lost Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah. I think they're poor.
I think they're going to get absolutely rolled over at the weekend.
No, I think it could be quite a big scoreline. Although Palace normally play better away from home because they are better on the counter attack.
Last year they beat City away, great result.
They are better.
Beat Arsenal away, great result.
So you've got players like Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka
who are going to be absolutely bombing forward.
Yeah, but they've got to be careful because Zaha does pose a threat in these games.
Townsend, agreed.
Yeah, so they're going to have to be careful, but they shouldn't be too uncomfortable for Man United.
If they score early, it could be a very, very big score.
Very interested to see what happens if a penalty gets awarded. I don't think you can give it to Pogba because he's even just to dispel like we've got 1-2 penalty takers. I don't think you can give it to Pogba because he keeps missing them.
No, it's got to be taken by Rashford unless he's not on the pitch.
Yeah, then you can give it to Pogba, and you can miss it again.
Yeah.
But I like that Daniel James started in midweek. I hope he starts again. I'm very impressed with him. He's very quick.
Yes, he's absolutely rapid, and he's very, very useful on that right hand side. Yeah,
I think they'll probably stick pretty much with the team they're playing.
Yes.
Daniel James out one side, Martial out the other, with Rashford through the middle.
McTominay in the middle.
Pogba and McTominay. Who played in front of them? Lingard.
I'd rather play Mata.
Yeah, I'd rather play
I really like Mata.
And Lingard's busy, but have you seen that thing going around that he's only, in the last 11 months, he's only scored and assisted in 1 month?
I think
he's had no goals and no assists in 11 out of the last 12 months or something.
I think Lingard is the most overrated player in the Premier League, and he will score a hat-trick at the weekend now.
He scores in big games.
He does.
Loves a game at Wembley.
Arsenal.
Loves a game. Loves a game at Wembley.
But I think he's terrible. I really do. I think he's so overrated.
That's a big call.
And I will stand by that. And if you abuse me in a few weeks' time, I'll stand by that.
Okay, that's fine. I'm looking forward to I'm locking the barrel. Here it comes. I think the Man United will do it comfortably. I think 3-0 is fair.
I'm going 5-0.
Wow.
I'm going big time this week.
Okay.
Correct results will be crazy.
If you get that, you've won the season. That's it. Game over. Sheffield United at home to Leicester. Sheffield United have had a great start to the Premier League season this season. I don't think either of us expected them to do quite as well as they have.
Yes.
They drawing in the opening game was a great result.
Really good result.
I can't remember who it was against.
Bournemouth.
That's
great
right.
result. Pretty sharp last couple of minutes.
I love that. And then beating Palace in their first home game.
I think this weekend might be a bit of a reality check.
Too much. Yeah. Leicester looked very good away from home at Stamford Bridge, especially second half last week. James Maddison, I thought, yes, he missed a chance. He probably should have scored.
Yeah,
but
he was absolutely sensational.
He should be starting for England. He's the best number 10 we've got.
His deliveries as well from corner set pieces are absolutely sensational.
He's the best number 10 England have right now. He's better than Dele Alli.
Yeah.
He's better than Ross Barkley.
Yeah.
He's better than
Mason Mount's been tipped for it.
He's better than Mason Mount.
Yeah.
He's better.
Lingard.
He's better than Lingard. He's the best number 10 that England has. And he has to be in the squad.
Oh, 100%. I would start.
He should have been in the squad halfway through last season.
He was in a squad, was he?
He was in one, he didn't play.
He didn't come on,
He was in one when we were on holiday last year.
That game
that closed
oh my God, that is probably the worst game I've ever seen.
When Sancho made his debut.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
The game was bad, and your company was just as bad as well. But never mind.
Thank you very much. That was the other guy we were with.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. I think that Leicester will do very well in this game. I think they're going to have a very good season. I like Brendan Rodgers. I think he's a good manager.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is, obviously, Sheffield United aren't going to be as expansive as Chelsea were, which means...
Won't they, though? Because their centre-backs push forward.
Yeah, agreed. But I also think they might realise they're playing against a really good side and might go, do you know what? Let's try and keep it tight. Let's make sure there's no space for Vardy to run into. It might become a little bit of
The thing is, I think that there's so long we've still associated Leicester with that team that won the league, which was everything in behind.
Yeah, Danny Drinkwater. Yeah.
But now you look at the players they have. They've got players who can unpick. Yeah. Yuri Tielemans can score from anywhere and is an incisive player.
Yes.
James Maddison, superb on the ball.
Yeah.
They've got these players now who I think are good enough to unpick teams that sit deep, and I think they can. And I think Vardy's underrated as an actual.
Yeah,
he's an instinctive footballer.
Quite like Perez as well. Perez would be quite good for a game like this.
I'm not sure about that signing. I don't think he'll play much.
Thanks for that. I still think they might struggle to unlock the defence. I really do. I think it's quite hard playing against a team you probably put 10 behind the ball and you've got McGoldrick running around.
I know it is. I get that, but I just think Leicester have got enough quality to get it. And once they get one, then Sheffield
like you say, I think they'll win as well. But it might take a while to see the first goal going, and if it does, then it might be 2-3.
Yeah, I think it'll be 2-0. 2-0 away win.
I'm going 1-0.
1-0. You're just wildly swinging between thrashings and
I am. It's got to be done.
Last 3 o'clock kickoffs at Vicarage Road. Watford at home to West Ham. This is such a difficult game to call because they've had such similar starts to the season.
This, for me, is the biggest game of the weekend due to the fact they've both been really poor so far.
Well, Watford played all right against
Everton. In terms of performance, they've been okay, but in terms of results, this is a big game. I think this is a big game. I think Watford are going to turn up this weekend.
Yeah.
I do.
I do as well, but I think West Ham will too because the draw with Brighton would have been like because everyone said losing 5-0 to Man City, whatever, Man City are that good, but drawing with Brighton on the other hand is like wait a minute,
and they were lucky to draw that game as well.
Yeah. Wait a minute, now it's a wake up.
Yeah,
you're not quite where you thought you were.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm tempted to agree with you about Watford though. I think that Danny Welbeck will start. I think he came on.
Yeah, agreed.
He's the best centre forward they've got in the club.
I assume Ismail Assar plays for Watford, or
I think he's been injured. Yeah, I mean he'll turn up eventually.
Good, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play. Delafeu was quite good at the weekend as well.
I like Delafeu.
Yeah,
but this is a game he can go missing. I think in a home game he should be good.
Should be good. Yeah.
West Ham, though, I look at the midfield battle as being key in this. It's going to be Rice and Wilshere against Decore and Capoue.
Yeah,
and that's.
And I think Watford are going to win it.
I think that Rice and Wilshere should win it. I think the athleticism of Decore could be the difference.
I think they're both just absolute beasts, aren't they? And against
Capoue doesn't get around too much.
No, I just think they're going to win that battle, and I think that, as you say, that's the most important part of the game. And if they win that, they'll win the game.
I think it's going to be a draw. Yeah. What's your score?
I think Watford are going to win 2-0.
No, I think it's going to be a score draw. I actually think that this might be a really exciting game of football, and I could see it being a 2-2.
Nice.
I really could. I'm just
intrigued to see who West Ham play because they keep alternating quite a lot with sort of Lanzini, Haller.
Fornals.
Yeah, there's a lot of players there. I'm not sure where they're going.
I think I'd want to play Haller. I know I might be tempted with Hernandez in a game like this because Watford's defence isn't great.
Dawson, yeah, might be able to.
If you play Haller and it's about long balls, you think Dawson might be able to deal with that. Being a West Brom alumni.
Yeah.
I'd be tempted to play Hernandez. Going on to the biggest game of the weekend, really. I know you say Watford and West Ham for the actual needing a win.
Yeah.
But in terms of stature of clubs and probably the end of the Premier League season, Anfield, 5:30. Liverpool are hosting the Arsenal, the Gooners. Your lot of merry men.
Yes.
This is a big game, and what I think it hinges on immediately is Unai Emery's team selection.
Oh, big time.
Is he going to start Danny Ceballos? And I know you're going to say, he has to after last week. Last season, in away games, he just played such a defensive formation. And I could see him, if Xhaka's back, I could see him starting Xhaka, Guendouzi, Torreira, just playing these and trying to hold it in.
I think we've got a horrendously poor record at Anfield, especially in the last couple of years. We seem to get absolutely hammered, and I think he will go defensive, and I kind of back him to do that. We need to keep it tight. We always concede early and get hammered 4-5-0. I'd love to keep it tight to half time.
But do you not?
Then go for it.
Do you not think having someone on the pitch who can get the ball down? And
but that's the I would have Xhaka, Torreira, Ceballos in front.
You'd start Xhaka.
Yes, I would. I think we need.
You hate Xhaka.
I absolutely hate him, but this is a game for Xhaka.
Xhaka doesn't offer that much defensive cover.
But I don't. Just put him there. He's just a lump. He'll kick people.
Would you not want to play Guendouzi next to Torreira?
No.
Why?
I don't. I just think Xhaka's suited for a game like this when we're up against the wall. He can just ping a ball behind the back line, and Aubameyang's on it.
So it turns out away games against the top 5 or 6.
I think we need
the only
to be
time
tight.
Jimmy will say anything nice about Granit Xhaka.
We need to be tight. We need to play on the counter, and we just need to keep them at bay.
So do you start Pepe, Lacazette, and Aubameyang?
I would have. Oh, it's tight. I reckon he's going to go with someone who shouldn't play out wide, just to kind of maybe stop Trent Alexander-Arnold or Robinson. Because I've got a feeling that.
Can you drop Joe Willock?
That's the thing. He's played really well, but I think he will, or he's going to play out wide and just make sure Robertson and Alexander-Arnold aren't bombing past him. But yeah, I think we're going to be quite defensive, and I kind of back that. If we can get out of that game with a point, that's a sensational result.
I think show a statement of intent in this one, because I think you started the season very well.
Yeah.
You were so good in the last game. I wouldn't change much. Honestly, I would say, right, Danny Ceballos, if you're going to be Arsenal's central midfielder for the season, if you're going to be this world-class central midfielder like Cesc Fabregas was, Arsene Wenger would have trusted Cesc Fabregas in a game like this when he was young.
Yeah. Oh, I'd play Ceballos.
No, but I'd keep him in the role he played last week. I'd keep him next to Guendouzi or Torreira. I'd keep Joe Willock in front and say, you're playing well at the start of the season, I'm not going to take you out for a big game. And I would back the players to get on the ball and to play. I know they're going to have to be slightly different because they have to suck in a little bit, but if these players don't have any sort of tactical flexibility, are they ever going to be the top players?
I think if we go toe-to-toe against Liverpool, there's only one winner, and that's why I wouldn't do that.
It's not necessarily going toe-to-toe. You think like Real Madrid, Barcelona, the top teams in the league, just because they're away from home against one of the other top teams, they don't all of a sudden put 3 holding midfielders in.
No, agreed. But if we do what you're going to say we should be doing, I think we're going to get absolutely trounced.
I'm not saying be expansive and open. I'm saying play those players and make.
But that's the thing. We'll try and play like that, and that's the issue. My concern is if we're trying to play out from the back, they are going to nick the ball very quickly, and we're trying to play out from the back against Burnley and struggling last week.
I just think that
I'm concerned that it might make sense with Liverpool's high line to just turn them. Just turn them. Get your players up the pitch.
I look at Danny Ceballos and I think he's going to want to get involved, and then he's going to be too far away from the strikers when you do get the ball up there, and they're not going to have any support. He's going to come straight back.
I get that.
I think having that balanced side will work better. As for Liverpool, I just had a question for you.
Yes.
What's Liverpool's best midfield combination?
Oh, Fabinho sitting.
100.
Wijnaldum. And at the moment, it's a toss-up probably between Henderson or Keita.
See, I disagree.
You would have Milner, would you?
Nope, I'd have Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Good shout. Completely forgot about him.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah.
And he started to
He'll
play
probably
again.
score as well, won't he? You can see it now.
I'd go Fabinho, Wijnaldum and Oxlade-Chamberlain. Naby Keita off the bench. I'm sorry for Henderson and Milner fans, but I think that they've done a very good job for Liverpool, but I just don't think that they are in your best team. There's a reason they start cup finals, because they're tidy and they're solid, but in terms of pushing Liverpool up to where Man City are and pushing them to the next level, I think that you play the other players more.
Question, do you think they're both going to start the weekend? Because I do.
Wijnaldum and Oxlade-Chamberlain?
No, Milner and Henderson.
I think they probably will.
Yeah, they will.
Actually, I don't think Milner will. I think Henderson will start.
Yeah.
Henderson's starting every game.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably drop Oxlade-Chamberlain and go with last season's midfield.
Yeah. I think they're going to go strong in there, win the ball back, and then they're going to give it to the front three, and we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, but I like Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think this is the perfect game for him as well, especially if you are sitting off, because he can drive through.
Agreed.
He really can. Score.
If we play like I would like us to play, 1-0.
I still think Liverpool will get across the line. I think 2-1 Liverpool. Even if you play the way you're saying, I think Liverpool will have too much.
Yeah.
But I think your best chance is to actually have a go and just surprise them. Try and nick the ball off.
Yeah. We'll obviously mention this on Monday. I'm very intrigued to see that starting lineup.
Yeah.
Very intrigued. It's going to be really interesting.
It's going to be good, isn't it?
It is. I can't wait to see
the
Xhaka.
tweet's coming. On to Sunday's games. 2:00 kick-off. Bournemouth at home to Man City. I can only see one winner.
Yes, obviously last year, but I don't think I think this was the game Bournemouth didn't have a shot on target against Man City at home, and I think gave away sort of 80% possession to them. They've got to do something different. They cannot do that for the entire game.
Do they have the players to do something different?
No.
The thing they do have, though, is the Harry Wilson shoot on sight technique. He'll get the ball at about 75 yards out when he's defending. He'll just go, go on.
Yeah, you never know. Edson might work his line.
City looked too good. Last weekend, they absolutely wiped the floor with Tottenham to a 2-2 draw. I think they're going to be
They're going to dominate the ball and they're going to create chances, and eventually they will just score.
There's not much to talk about, really, with them. I think
they're just relentless at the moment, and there's not much else we can say.
Bournemouth's best bet is a lucky goal on the counter.
That's the thing. On the counter, you never know. They might create a chance. I remember a few years ago, Charlie Daniels absolutely hammered one in the top corner out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it might be a goal like that where Harry Wilson does that and you go, Christ, okay, where's that come from?
Yeah, and then
that's it. And then they'll sit back and just go, right, here we go.
Let's just get straight to the score, because I think there's not much to talk about.
Yeah, no, agreed. 2-0.
3-0. 3-0. Late games on the Saturday. Tottenham at home to Newcastle. Sunday,
These are all Sundays, by the way.
Yeah, they are. Thank you. Yeah. See, I have a bit of paper written up. Smoke and mirrors.
Oh, those glasses, eh?
Yeah, maybe I get them checked. Spurs Newcastle at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This is the type of game that I can see Tottenham slipping up in. As a Tottenham fan, having been a Tottenham fan for so many years, we will nick a point at Man City, getting outplayed, playing quite. I think Tottenham equipped themselves fairly well, but it just showed that they aren't at the level of Man City. And then, if they won the league, it wouldn't be because they're a better side than Man City. It would be because Man City slip up somewhere else and Tottenham beat all the lower teams.
You're not going to go unbeaten for the rest of the season, let's be honest.
No. This is the type of game that Tottenham often slip up in. However, Newcastle looked dreadful.
Yeah, as you say, historically, this is one where their keeper will have an absolute blinder and they'll win 1-0.
Dubravka.
Yeah. I think times have changed, and it's going to kill me to say it, but I quite like Spurs. I think you're going to win quite convincingly. Newcastle have been so poor so far, and I'm not expecting that to change.
I think the one thing that Newcastle do have, they don't anymore. I was going to say is they've got a little bit of pace. They've got nothing up front. Joelinton has not got any
Maximin plays, which I hope he does because he's something different.
Shelvey could be the key.
Yeah, Shelvey just pinging the balls, kind of diags.
Joelinton flick on.
Yeah, bring him into play.
You'd if Vertonghen doesn't start again, you'd pinpoint Sanchez, try and get him behind him.
Big time, yeah.
And then you've got a chance of nicking a goal.
Yeah.
However, I look at Spurs right now and they just look like a more balanced side. I keep Kyle Walker-Peters in. I think he's playing very well. I like Harry Winks. I wouldn't drop him for anything. The one I'd drop in midfield is probably Sissoko at this point, although it offers you an outlet. Against a team that's going to sit back like Newcastle, I don't think we necessarily need him in this type of game.
Yeah.
I look at this is a game that maybe you start Eriksen even though it was poor again against City.
Yeah, Newcastle aren't going to create a lot. You don't need to
bring the Celso in, let him start.
Yeah, agreed. He might do something slightly different, which would be very helpful. Do you think Eriksen's going to stay?
I'm not hearing much about teams coming in for him.
No, I'm not sure.
I think he might, but he'll go next season for a free.
Because when does the window end? Next week, doesn't it? There's still a chance someone will come in out of the blue and just go, right, we'll take him. And
if he goes, he goes.
Yeah, he goes. I think the Celso's might be an upgrade, to be fair, if he hits the ground running.
You don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've whinge about Christian Eriksen, but he's been a very good servant and a very important player in the transition for Spurs from this team sort of finishing around 5th, 6th to being a genuine top 3, really.
Yeah, agreed.
Club in the Premier League. But in the last 6 months, you could tell he didn't want to be there and he wanted to go. And I just thought his performances were lacking.
You get someone who does something similar, but with also a bit more pace about him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing I think he misses the most. If he had that, he would be world class.
Yeah, but I also think that a change for him might rejuvenate him.
Yes,
it might switch him back on, and he might become this. So I think that he's actually suited more to the Luka Modric role. I think he's got very similar traits to Luka Modric. Passing's a bit better in terms of his cutting passes, but I think that when Modric started at Spurs, he played out on the left. Eriksen played out on the left, and he went into the attacking role, and then he dropped deeper and he dictated the game.
Exactly.
Eriksen should be good enough to do that, and he's busy. He can get around and play. Let's get on to the score then.
Comfortable 2-0 home win.
I'm going to go 2-1. It's just this game that I think Tottenham might just nick.
Do you think it's going to be similar to the Villa game where they're going to score first and you're going to have to grind it out?
Could happen.
Okay.
Last game of the weekend is Molineux again. They were last week. They're last again.
Yep.
Not because they're worse than anyone. We quite like them. They are at home to Burnley in A game that I sway towards a home win, but it's an interesting tie because Burnley will mix it up and they offer something so different to what Wolves are used to.
And Wolves are playing this evening. Wolves have got a game in the Europa League at Torino, which makes me kind of go towards. That's what makes me think. I think Burnley might nick it. I think kind of coming back from there, first time of really doing it. Few tired players.
Yeah.
Burnley have had a week to get themselves ready for this. I think they might nick it.
Yeah, and these are the games that are the reason why Wolves will finish 7th, 8th.
Yes.
They are going to lose some
games. Are going to be the
the Europa League can really ruin a team. The mid-table.
Well, we saw it at Burnley, didn't we?
Yeah,
they had a bit of a shocker at the start.
And then they were rubbish for most of the rest of the season as well. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I think the Wolves Ruben Neves. He can just score from anywhere, can't he?
Oh, he's just so good seeing it live as well. Or just watching it on TV, it's just like, such a good goal.
I'd like to see him.
Such a good goal.
He's one of those players I'd like to see live because he's such a good player, but he gets missed on telly quite a bit.
Martinho as well is just as good, even at his age. The way he gets around the pitch, he's absolutely brilliant.
Old head.
That midfield is absolutely brilliant.
The midfield wins the battle here, but the thing is, Burnley are more than capable of bypassing that by knocking it up to Barnes.
Burnley's style of play is literally just ping it and will hold it up, bring players into play with the second balls, and it's very effective.
It works. It's worked for a few years now. And it's what kept them in the league.
Nearly had Arsenal on its knees last week, but thankfully we got over the line.
Just about.
Yeah.
So, your score?
I'm going for an away win, 1-0. Ashley Barnes again.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I agree. I think Wolves, after finding out they were in the Europa League, I think they'll be tired.
Yeah.
But I think they should just about have enough to hold on at home.
Interesting.
Alrighty, that's it.
Yeah, that's enough.
That's us done. Okay, that was episode 4 of Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. We'll be back on Monday to review all of the games, see how much more money we've lost with our predictions.
Oh, I've gone very bold. Might be in massive trouble.
Please do like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, leave a comment. If you want us to talk about something, if you've got some opinions that you want to tell us off for giving, or you've got opinions that you want to give us that might change our minds on some stuff,
definitely
get in those comments. Let us know. It'll just say, hey, can you talk about this next week? We might do it. We might ignore it.
Can we stop talking about Spurs? Yeah, we will do.
We talk about every team equally. We just, some teams are better than others. Thanks for listening. There's only one thing left to say. Cheers.
Cheers.